Calm is Power, 21 Ways to Stay Calm in All Situations. Composed by Kelvin W. Nathan. Distributed by Book Recordings Office. Presentation. In a world that appears to turn quicker as time passes, the capacity to resist the urge to panic is in excess of an ideals. It is a superpower. Quiet as Power, 21 Methods for Keeping Even-Headed in All Circumstances fills in as your manual for getting to and bridling this power, offering procedures that assist you with staying under control, think obviously, and act definitively regardless of the conditions. Tranquility isn't just the shortfall of stress or uneasiness. A developed condition of close-to-home administration upgrades your direction, works on your connections, and advances a better way of life. In these pages, you will investigate 21 useful ways of mixing quiet into your day-to-day routine, empowering you to transcend the disarray that life tosses your direction. This book takes you on an excursion through understanding the pith of quiet, the science behind, why it is urgent for overseeing pressure, and how it very well may be your most prominent partner in an emergency. By dominating the abilities illustrated in this aid, you'll further develop your own prosperity, yet additionally become a guide of soundness for everyone around you. Every section is devoted to a particular procedure or rule that effective people utilize to stay tranquil and consistent. From care activities and breathing procedures to defining limits and focusing on taking care of oneself, every methodology is made sense of in straightforward terms and accompanies noteworthy advances you can begin carrying out immediately. These are strategies demonstrated to work, grounded in mental examination and extremely old practices that anybody, no matter what their experience or way of life, can take on. As we dive further, you will find out about the force of viewpoint, how changing your perspective can decisively adjust your profound reaction. We'll examine how to tackle your contemplations, control your profound triggers, and send unwinding procedures that give moment quiet in any unpleasant situation. Besides, this book stresses the significance of arrangement in developing serenity. You'll find direction on building an individual tool compartment of techniques to expect and manage stressors before they raise. This proactive methodology guarantees that when confronted with possible disturbances, you are exceptional to deal with them with effortlessness and effectiveness. Quiet as Power additionally investigates how to keep up with serenity in relational connections, exploring clashes and testing social communications without blowing a gasket. You'll figure out how to impart actually under tension, holding your feelings within proper limits while communicating your focuses plainly and deferentially. The excursion through this book isn't just about fighting pressure, it's tied in with changing your whole way to deal with life. Embracing serenity permits you to appreciate more extravagant encounters, connect all the more profoundly with others, and accomplish a feeling of harmony that pervades all parts of your life. Toward the finish of this book, you will have gained a more profound comprehension of being genuinely quiet. All the more critically, you will have learned pragmatic ways of accomplishing and keep up with this smoothness, furnished with the devices to confront life's difficulties with another degree of peacefulness and certainty. We should start this groundbreaking excursion together, opening the significant force of quiet in your life and find how a tranquil brain can for sure vanquish what is happening. Amidst disarray, there's you, cool-headed, similar to a stone in a turbulent ocean. You've presumably considered how certain individuals figure out how to remain cool under tension while others disintegrate. The mystery is in their methodology, and it's something you can learn. We should investigate the fundamental abilities and systems that can assist you with staying cool-headed in any circumstance. Might it be said that you are prepared to take advantage of the force of quiet and change your life? For more data about the digital book adaptation of this sound, check the video portrayal or visit audiobooksoffice.com. We notice that 69% of you who pay attention to our video are not yet bought into the channel. Kindly assist with supporting the channel by raising a ruckus around town button and enjoying the video. Gratitude for moving us to make more satisfied for you. Part 1. Bridle the force of profound breathing. You've probably caught wind of the force of profound breathing previously, yet have you at any point truly allowed it an opportunity? It's something beyond breathing in and breathing out. It's a device that, when utilized accurately, can change your pressure into quietness, your uneasiness into peacefulness. Profound breathing is definitely not another idea that has been drilled for a really long time. It's the center of numerous reflection procedures and yoga rehearses. Be that as it may, for what reason is it so successful? Here is the science behind it. Profound breathing signs your cerebrum to quiet down and unwind. Then, at that point, your cerebrum sends this message to your body. Those sensations of stress and nervousness begin to dissolve away. You may be considering how to make it happen. It's straightforward. Breathe in leisurely through your nose, permitting your chest and lower midsection to ascend as you fill your lungs. Allow your midsection to grow completely. Then, at that point, breathe out leisurely through your mouth or nose, whichever feels more good. The key is to inhale profoundly, down to the actual lower part of your lungs. What's more, don't think you really want to save a particular chance. You can rehearse profound breathing anyplace in a gathering, in rush hour gridlock, before a significant discussion. It's a convenient device, consistently prepared to assist you with recapturing control and remain even-headed in any circumstance. Section 2 Rehearsing care contemplation. Wandering on the excursion of care reflection can appear to be overpowering, however a training can genuinely change your life. It's not just about sitting peacefully. It's tied in with tuning into your viewpoints, sentiments, and your general surroundings without judgment. You're making an effort not to exhaust your brain or arrive at a condition of everlasting quiet. All things considered, you're attempting to be completely present in every second. Begin by finding an agreeable, calm place where you will not be upset. You can sit on a seat, a pad, or even on the floor, for however long you're agreeable. Shut your eyes and take a couple of full breaths. Allow your body to unwind and zero in on your relaxing. Notice the effect of air entering and having your body. As contemplations emerge, don't attempt to drive them away. Recognize them and afterward let them pass, returning your concentration to your breath. It's totally normal for your psyche to meander, so don't whip yourself when it does. It's all important for the cycle. Rehearsing care reflection consistently can assist you with remaining even-headed in unpleasant circumstances. It prepares your mind to zero in on the present and not become involved with disappointments or future concerns. An incredible asset can assist you with exploring life's high points and low points with additional elegance and less pressure. With the rushing about of life, becoming involved with the tornado of our concerns and challenges is simple. Your psyche could whirl with tensions and fears, practically ruling out sure contemplations. Yet, in the midst of the disarray, developing a disposition of appreciation can be a useful asset to assist you with keeping mentally collected. Appreciation is something beyond saying much obliged. An outlook centers around valuing the positive qualities in your day-to-day existence as opposed to harping on what's up. It's tied in with recognizing the magnificence in ordinary things, from the glow of the sun on your skin to the sound of chuckling from a friend or family member. Begin by making a basic rundown of things you're thankful for. It doesn't need to be fantastic, even little things matter. The flavor of your morning espresso, the grin from a more interesting, the solace of your bed following a difficult day. By zeroing in on these positive perspectives, you're preparing your psyche to search for a long-term benefit, even in difficult stretches. Embrace appreciation as an everyday practice. Every morning or night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It's a little step, yet it makes a far-reaching influence of inspiration. As you develop appreciation, you'll find it becomes simpler to remain even-headed in the midst of life's tempests. You'll feel more grounded, more present, and more ready to deal with whatever comes your direction. At any point feel like you're on a relentless treadmill, attempting to beat the clock. You're in good company, a considerable lot of us have this impression. Be that as it may, prepare to be blown away. You have the ability to raise a ruckus around town button. Enjoying short reprieves over the course of your day is one of the least complex yet best ways of resisting the urge to panic and centered. Consider this briefly: your cerebrum resembles a muscle. Similarly, as your muscles need rest after a difficult exercise, your mind likewise needs time to re-energize. Without breaks, your brain can become exhausted, prompting pressure, burnout, and a decrease in efficiency. So how would you integrate these fundamental stops into your day? Begin by perceiving when you really want a break. Could it be said that you are feeling overpowered, anxious, or finding it hard to think? These are signs now is the ideal time to step back, regardless of whether it's only for 5 minutes. Then, make the most of your breaks. This doesn't mean you really want to do anything extreme. Basically moving back from your workstation, taking a few full breaths, or doing a speedy stretch can improve things greatly. Part 4. Focus on taking care of oneself and unwinding past the force of breaks and stops. There's another area that needs your considerations: taking care of oneself and unwinding. It's something beyond a famous trendy expression. It's an important part of keeping up with serenity and equilibrium in all circumstances. It's not entirely obvious or excuse this, particularly when you're in the main part of requesting conditions. Yet, recollect, your psyche and body resemble a vehicle; they need customary upkeep to easily run. First and foremost, recognize what taking care of oneself resembles for you. It's an individual idea and fluctuates from one individual to another. For some purposes, it's perusing a decent book or washing up. For other people, it's chasing after a leisure activity or investing energy in nature. Urgent to find an action renews your energy and gives you a much-needed boost. Then, focus on it in your day-to-day daily schedule. It's not generally about having a great deal of time. It's tied in with using the time you have carefully. Indeed, even only a couple of moments of care, reflection, or a short walk can do wonders in resetting your psychological state. In conclusion, don't feel remorseful for focusing on yourself. It's not egotistical, it's fundamental. Similarly, as an airline steward teaches you to get your breathing device prior to helping other people, you should deal with yourself before you can really deal with any circumstance. Taking care of oneself and unwinding aren't just about spoiling yourself, they're basic apparatuses for keeping a cool head in all circumstances. At the point when you deal with yourself, you're saving your physical and emotional wellness, yet additionally improving your ability to resist the urge to panic under tension. Section 5. Embracing a development mentality. Frequently you might wind up responding to pressure or testing circumstances with dread and disappointment. It's normal, yet all the same not really helpful. This is where embracing a development mentality becomes an integral factor. A development outlook, instituted by clinician Toon Dweck, is the conviction that your capacities and insight can be created through devotion, difficult work, and most fundamentally, seeing difficulties as any open doors. About understanding it's alright to commit errors, for however long you're gaining from them. Taking on a development outlook begins with mindfulness. Focus on your thinking designs. Do you frequently let yourself know that you can't follow through with something? That may be an indication of a decent outlook. However, you can definitely relax. Mentalities aren't firmly established. You can change yours. To change to a development mentality, begin embracing difficulties. Consider them to be amazing chances to develop and learn new things, instead of snags. Then, esteem exertion over ability. Perceive that difficult work and determination are the genuine keys to progress, not inherent ability. Moreover, don't avoid productive analysis. All things being equal, view it as significant criticism that can assist you with getting to the next level. Part 6. Reevaluating negative contemplations. Expanding on the possibility of a development mentality, we should consider how you can balance negative considerations that might keep you down. We as a whole have those minutes when a haze of cynicism appears to drift over us. Whether it's a terrible day at work, a troublesome discussion, or an individual difficulty, these examples can prompt a fountain of negative considerations. Be that as it may, recall, you have the capacity to re-examine these contemplations. Re-examining isn't tied in with disregarding reality or bypassing issues. It's tied in with viewing as a more useful, confident viewpoint. It's tied in with checking out at a similar circumstance through an alternate focal point. You're not rejecting that the glass is half vacant, you're simply deciding to consider it to be half full. Suppose you've committed an error at work. Rather than harping on the disappointment, rethink it as a chance to learn, to develop. You're not awkward, you're simply in that frame of mind of getting to the next level. On the off chance that you're confronting a tough spot, don't allow it to characterize you. All things considered, see it as an impermanent test that you're equipped for surviving. To re-examine successfully, you need to challenge your negative contemplations. Ask yourself, is this thought in light of realities or my understanding? Am I rushing to make judgment calls? Am I zeroing in just on the negatives? This mindfulness is the initial step to altering your outlook. In the wake of vanquishing your negative considerations, now is the right time to get going. Actual activity isn't just about keeping your body fit. It's an intense device for keeping up with mental and close-to-home smoothness too. I comprehend that it could appear to be threatening, particularly in the event that you're not used to being dynamic, but rather trust me, the advantages merit the work. Presently, you don't need to head out to the exercise center or run a long-distance race. Begin little. An energetic stroll around the block, a couple of moments of yoga, or a speedy swim can do wonders. Pick an action you appreciate in light of the fact that you're bound to stay with it. Furthermore, here's somewhat confidential. Development discharges endorphins, the body's normal inspirational chemicals. This biochemical response can lessen pressure and work on your mindset, assisting you with remaining cool-headed in testing circumstances. Practice likewise assists you with dozing better. A decent night's rest is crucial for overseeing pressure and keeping a quiet disposition. In addition, normal actual work supports your certainty. Defeating the difficulties that accompany exercise can cause you to feel engaged, prepared to handle anything life tosses at you. Part 7, Separating from Advanced Interruptions. In the present computerized age, enjoying some time off from screens and advanced distractions is fundamentally essential. The consistent dings of notices, the unending looking over, and the counterfeit sparkle of screens can make a powerful coincidence of stress and tension. It's not your shortcoming these gadgets are intended to be habit-forming, yet you hold the ability to turn off and track down quiet in the tumult. Begin by defining advanced limits. It very well might be switching off warnings for unnecessary applications or assigning sans screen hours every day. You wouldn't believe how much harmony this little activity can bring. It's tied in with overseeing your advanced life, as opposed to it controlling you. Then, think about a computerized detox. It's a transitory time of completely disengaging from computerized gadgets. Swallow, I realize it sounds terrifying, however recall, it's not until the end of time. It's simply an interruption, a delay to reset, re-energize, and recapture center. You could find yourself reconnecting with leisure activities and interests that lost all sense of direction in the computerized hustle. In conclusion, make spaces in your home that are sans tech zones. These can be safe spaces where you can withdraw, inhale, and see as quiet. It's tied in with making actual lines to supplement your advanced ones. Detaching from computerized interruptions isn't tied in with leaving innovation. About involving it in a manner serves you, not burdens you. It's an excursion, not an objective. Furthermore, recollect, each step you make towards detaching is a stride towards a more quiet, more present you. Part 8, Looking for Social Help and Association. While separating from computerized interruptions can bring a feeling of quiet, it doesn't mean you want to disengage yourself. People are innately friendly creatures. We blossom with associations, support, and shared encounters. In the midst of stress, connecting with individuals who comprehend and think often about you can be a successful method for recapturing your quiet. You're in good company in your battles. Everybody experiences their portion of difficulties, and looking for help doesn't make you powerless. Running against the norm, it shows your solidarity and astuteness in perceiving that you don't need to deal with everything all alone. Connect with companions, family, or even proficient guides. Share your feelings of trepidation and tensions. Pay attention to their encounters and guidance. You'll observe that you're in good company, and their useful tidbits may be exactly what you want to recapture your quiet. Furthermore, attempt to develop significant associations in your day-to-day existence. This doesn't mean you need to encircle yourself with individuals constantly. It implies fostering a couple of cozy connections that give a feeling of safety and understanding. Participate in exercises that you appreciate with individuals who share your inclinations. These common encounters can serious areas of strength support your mindset, and assist you with keeping mentally collected in unpleasant circumstances. Part 9, Embracing Vulnerability with Adaptability. However the future might appear to be covered in secret and full of likely traps, it's significant that you figure out how to embrace these vulnerabilities with adaptability. Keep in mind, life's eccentric nature isn't your foe. All things considered, it's a greeting for you to turn out to be more versatile and strong. Vulnerability can feel overpowering, however there's a silver lining. It can act as an impetus for self-improvement and change. At the point when you're available to the unforeseen, you're better prepared to jump all over chances that others could miss. Everything revolves around moving your mentality from dread of the obscure to expectation of conceivable outcomes. Adaptability, in such manner, implies being available to change and ready to change your reactions to conditions as they develop. There's actually no need to focus on having every one of the responses, yet about being willing to investigate, learn, and adjust. All in all, how might you develop this attitude? Begin by relinquishing inflexible assumptions. Acknowledge that plans could change, and that is fine. It's anything but an indication of disappointment, yet a piece of life's rhythmic movement. Then, practice care. Being available and mindful assists you with answering changes in a more quiet and smart way. It lessens uneasiness and expands your ability to think obviously under tension. Ultimately, sustain self-sympathy. It's alright to feel agitated by vulnerability. Recognize your sentiments without judgment and advise yourself that having this impression is regular. With time and work on, embracing vulnerability with adaptability can turn out to be natural, furnishing you with an amazing asset to remain composed in all circumstances. Section 10 Creating Time Usage Systems. Shuffling various errands can feel like an imposing test, yet it's one you can dominate with powerful time usage techniques. Time usage isn't just about coordinating your plan for the day, it's tied in with understanding and utilizing your own remarkable rhythms and energy levels. The initial step is to distinguish your pinnacle times of efficiency. Is it true that you are a cheerful early bird, or do you get comfortable with yourself in the early evening? Whenever you've recognized your busy times, intend to plan your most difficult assignments during these periods. Along these lines, you're utilizing your energy when it's at its most noteworthy. Then, consider using time usage instruments. There are plenty of applications and programming accessible that can assist you with coordinating your undertakings, set updates, and even track your efficiency. Devices like these can be extraordinarily useful in guaranteeing that you're utilizing your time successfully. Another key methodology is focusing on. Not all assignments are made equivalent. Some are pressing, some are significant, and others fall into the two classifications. It's essential to comprehend which undertakings need quick consideration and which ones can stand by. This permits you to zero in your energy on the main thing. At last, remember to enjoy reprieves. It could appear to be unreasonable, however taking short, customary breaks can really build your efficiency. It allows your cerebrum an opportunity to rest and re-energize, making you more engaged and productive when you return to your errands. Developing solid rest propensities is fundamental to dealing with your general prosperity and efficiency. You're not only searching for more shut-eye, you're putting resources into your brain's ability to remain composed in all circumstances. It's not generally simple, however it's worth the effort. Begin by setting a normal rest plan. Your body loves consistency. Attempt to head to sleep and awaken simultaneously consistently, even on ends of the week. This consistency can assist with managing your body's interior clock and could help you nod off and stay unconscious as the night progressed. Then, think about your rest climate. A dull, calm, and cool room can improve things significantly in your rest quality. In the event that you're finding it hard to accomplish this, ponder utilizing earplugs, an eye cover, or a fan. Your bed ought to be agreeable, strong, and just utilized for rest and sex. Assuming you work, eat, or stare at the television in bed, your mind can connect your bed with these exercises, making it harder to slow down around evening time. A pre-rest routine can likewise be useful. This could be essentially as straightforward as perusing a book or scrubbing down before bed. The key is to find a movement that loosens up you and signs to your body that now is the ideal time to rest. Finally, be aware of what you eat and drink before bed. Weighty feasts, caffeine, and liquor can slow down your rest. All things being equal, attempt a light tidbit and a warm, sans caffeine drink. Section 12 Rehearsing directed symbolism procedures. Controlling the uneven waters of life can some of the time leave you feeling overpowered or restless. It's at such times that the force of your psyche acts the hero. One of the methodologies you can outfit is the act of directed symbolism strategies. Directed symbolism is a pressure-the-board method where you utilize your creative mind to imagine a quiet or serene setting or circumstance. This strategy can assist you with unwinding, center, and recapture your equilibrium amidst life's disturbance. It resembles making your confidential safe haven where you can withdraw to at whatever point the rest of the world turns out to be excessively tumultuous. Begin by finding a tranquil space where you will not be quickly occupied. Shut your eyes and take a couple of full breaths to ground yourself. Presently, envision a tranquil spot that brings you harmony. It very well may be a rich backwoods, a calm ocean side, or a comfortable room. It's altogether dependent upon you. Picture everything about dynamic tones. Hear the sounds, smell the aromas, feel the surfaces, and even taste the flavors if material. The more distinctive your creative mind, the more compelling the procedure. As you submerge yourself in this serene space, you'll see your pulse dialing back, your breath turning out to be consistent, and your psyche clearing up. That is the quieting force of directed symbolism at work. Section 13 Developing profound mindfulness and guideline while tackling the quiet through directed symbolism. Another instrumental apparatus you can use to keep up with your tranquility is by turning out to be more mindful of your feelings and figuring out how to successfully control them. Profound mindfulness isn't tied in with smothering your sentiments, yet rather understanding and recognizing them, which can be a strong step toward serenity. Begin by recognizing your feelings. It's simpler to deal with sentiments when you can name them. Is it true or not that you are feeling restless, disappointed, or overpowered? Give your feelings a name. This interaction gives a sort of distance among you and your feelings, permitting you to see them as isolated from yourself. Then, practice care. Care empowers you to remain present and engaged, not letting nervousness about future or previous occasions take your tranquility. Be at the time, notice your feelings, and let them condemn. This doesn't mean overlooking your sentiments, rather. You're giving them space to exist without allowing them to dominate. At last, utilize close-to-home guideline strategies. Profound breathing, for example, can assist with calming your sensory system and lessen sensations of stress or nervousness. Moderate muscle unwinding is another strategy, where you tense and afterward loosen up various muscle bunches in your body, advancing actual unwinding that can likewise ease close-to-home strain. Past the space of profound mindfulness, one more impressive pathway to serenity lies in taking part in imaginative leisure activities. They give a safe haven, a space for you to lose yourself and, strangely, track down yourself. Whether it's painting, weaving, planting, or composing, these exercises offer a relief from the world's hustle, permitting your brain to loosen up and pull together. At the point when you're immersed in an imaginative pursuit, your psyche changes gears. It creates some distance from stress, diving into a condition of stream where time appears to stop. This condition of stream is one where you're totally submerged in an action, where your activities and mindfulness blend. A state brings quiet, yet a feeling of satisfaction and bliss. In any case, you could think, I'm not imaginative. It's a typical misguided judgment that inventiveness is an uncommon gift presented to a chosen handful. Actually, inventiveness isn't tied in with delivering showstoppers. It's about the interaction, not the item. It's tied in with putting yourself out there, investigating your considerations and sentiments, and associating with your internal identity. The magnificence of imaginative side interests is that they can be customized to your own inclinations. Assuming you appreciate isolation, leisure activities like drawing or composing may pursue. On the off chance that you need social connection, consider joining a nearby venue gathering or art club. Frequently you might wind up instinctually going to music while you're looking for quiet. It's no happenstance music has the ability to alleviate your psyche and body in one-of-a-kind ways. You've likely seen that specific tunes can set off recollections, sentiments, and, surprisingly, actual reactions. That is on the grounds that music invigorates region of the cerebrum related with feeling, comprehension, and the arrival of stress chemicals. Standing by listening to music can bring down your pulse, and tension levels. In addition to the tunes do this, however, the mood and pitch too. They cooperate to establish a loosening up climate that can assist you with overseeing pressure better. Slow rhythm melodies, specifically, have a quieting impact that can initiate a thoughtful state. Making an individual playlist with your number one quieting tunes can be a useful asset in your pressure the board tool compartment. Whether it's old style, jazz, or your number one pop melody, these tunes can turn into your go-to relaxants in pressure the board. Keep in mind, there's no need to focus on what others find quieting, it about works for you. Music is something other than a wellspring of diversion, it's a mode of articulation, a temperament controller, and a pressure buster. So whenever you're feeling overpowered, make sure to out for your earphones. Allow the music to play and absorb the serenity it brings. You'll find that in the circle of quiet and serenity, music holds an extraordinary spot. Part 15, Integrating Fragrance-Based Treatment into Your Schedule. One more remarkable strategy to make tranquility in your life is the act of fragrant healing. This antiquated practice utilizes medicinal oils got from plants to adjust, orchestrate, and advance the well-being of body, psyche, and soul. It's not just about lovely scents, it's a successful instrument to assist you with adapting to pressure and re-establish a feeling of serenity. To integrate fragrant healing into your day-to-day daily schedule, you don't have to go hard and fast. Begin by picking a couple of rejuvenating ointments in light of their quieting properties. Lavender, for example, is known for its rest-instigating and stress-easing impacts, while chamomile advances unwinding and diminishes tension. Explore different avenues regarding various fragrances to find what impacts you. To utilize these oils, you could add a couple of drops to a hot shower or weaken them with a transporter oil and back rub them into your skin. You can likewise utilize a diffuser to spread the scent all through your home or work area. Envision yourself strolling into a room loaded up with mitigating fragrances that in a flash quiet your psyche and body. Keep in mind, it's vital to pick top caliber, unadulterated medicinal ointments and confirm you're not susceptible to any of their parts. Begin slow, focus on your body's responses, and change depending on the situation. Integrating fragrant healing into your routine could appear to be a little step, however its expected effect on your feeling of quiet is incomprehensible. So check it out and find an entirely different method for remaining composed in all circumstances. It's your excursion to quietness, and each step counts. Journaling, a straightforward yet significant practice, can be a powerful device as you continued looking for serenity. It's not just about recording your considerations and sentiments, however about giving them a voice, a presence. It's tied in with recognizing them, figuring out them, and letting them go. As you put pen to paper, you're not simply recording, you're delivering. What's more, in this delivery, there's an extraordinary feeling of quiet and control. Envision your diary as a place of refuge, a safe haven where your deepest contemplations and sentiments track down comfort. It's where you can tell the truth, crude, and genuine, unafraid of judgment. Try not to stress over spelling, language structure, or style. It's your diary, it's your guidelines. Just let your contemplation stream openly. You'll be astounded at how freeing it feels. To make journaling a piece of your day-to-day daily schedule, begin little. Put away 5 to 10 minutes per day, ideally in the calm early morning or before sleep time. Expound on your day, your fantasies, your concerns, your triumphs. After some time, you'll find that this basic practice assists you with exploring through life's promising and less promising times with effortlessness and versatility. Similarly, as recording your contemplations in a diary can prompt an inward quiet, so can a decent snicker. It's not only a familiar maxim, chuckling genuinely is the best medication. A loud laugh can in a split second lift your temperament, lower pressure chemicals, and even lift your safe framework. You may be thinking, yet how might I chuckle while I'm feeling everything except lively? It's a fair inquiry. Life isn't generally a truckload of good times, yet here's where the force of chuckling becomes possibly the most important factor. There's actually no need to focus on tracking down humor in each circumstance. It's tied in with perceiving that giggling itself, no matter what the trigger, has a strong quieting impact. Begin by watching an interesting film or sitcom, perusing a silly book, or standing by listening to a parody web recording. Find what stimulates your interesting bone and integrate it into your daily practice. You'll be shocked how a normal portion of giggling can assist you explore even the most difficult circumstances with a feeling of quiet. What's more, remember the significance of social giggling. Imparting a chuckle to others reinforces your bond with them, however it likewise intensifies the physiological advantages of giggling. So welcome your companions over for a satire night or offer an entertaining image with your partners. Embracing the force of chuckling implies utilizing its quieting, remedial impact for your potential benefit. Keep in mind, there's actually no need to focus on disregarding your concerns or covering your sentiments. It's tied in with involving chuckling as a device to keep composed, versatile, and positive. All things considered, quiet really is power. Notwithstanding the force of self-improvement procedures like care, reflection, and chuckling, there could come when you wind up in a tough situation. It's okay. It doesn't mean you fizzled or you're powerless. It just means you're human, and in some cases we as a whole need some additional assistance. Know when to search out proficient help. In the event that you're reliably feeling overpowered, restless, or are battling to adapt to feelings, connect with an emotional wellness proficient. This could be a specialist, therapist, or a prepared guide who can give you custom-fitted instruments and techniques to explore your sentiments. Keep in mind, looking for help is certainly not an indication of shortcoming yet a demonstration of solidarity. It takes boldness to concede you're battling and, surprisingly, more to look for help effectively. There's no disgrace in contacting experts who are prepared to direct you through your own excursion towards smoothness. You could ponder, how would I track down the right proficient beginning by exploring and requesting proposals? Search for experts who work in pressure the board or nervousness issues. Confirm they're authorized and check for surveys or tributes. Plan a first gathering to check whether you're okay with them. In your excursion to finding quiet, proficient help can be a strong partner. They can give something beyond guidance. They proposition an outside viewpoint, objective criticism, and a place of refuge for you to articulate your thoughts. So feel free to out as the need should arise. Section 18. Rehearsing yoga and extending fondling twisted by pressure and tension. You're in good company. At a certain point or another, we as a whole wind up made up for lost time in the hurricane of life's tensions. Be that as it may, there's a straightforward and successful method for recovering your quiet. Rehearsing yoga and extending. Yoga, an old work on beginning from India, is something other than an actual exercise. A brain-body association centers around strength, adaptability, and breathing to advance mental and actual prosperity. Consider it your quiet anchor in the blustery ocean of life. At the point when tension strikes, instead of being cleared away, you can ground yourself with yoga. Begin with straightforward postures like the mountain present or the tree present. Feel your feet immovably established on the ground, your spine protracted, your breath consistent. As you stretch your body, envision extending away the pressure and stress. You don't need to be a specialist to benefit. Simply be delicate with yourself and maintain the attention on interfacing with your body and your breath. Extending works out, as well, can make all the difference for your feelings of anxiety. By further developing bloodstream and lessening muscle pressure, they assist you with feeling more loose and serene. Attempt to integrate a couple of moments of extending into your everyday daily schedule. Whether it's most memorable thing in the first part of the day to begin your day revived or around evening time to slow down, you'll before long notification a distinction. Venturing outside can be an incredible asset for viewing as quiet. The demonstration of submerging yourself in nature, whether it's a straightforward stroll in the park or a difficult mountain climb, permits you to embrace actual work and value the world's normal magnificence. It's a basic yet significant method for detaching from pressure and reconnect with your internal serenity. Lowering yourself in nature can significantly affect your psychological prosperity. It's not just about the natural air and the excellence that encompasses you. It's tied in with associating with the earth, establishing yourself in the truth of nature's rhythms. You don't need to be an open-air aficionado to benefit. You can sit discreetly by a chattering creek, go for a comfortable walk in the recreation area, or basically sit in your terrace and watch the birds. As you drench yourself in nature, you'll find your psyche begins to calm. Stresses and stress can blur, supplanted by a feeling of harmony and quiet. The basic demonstration of being in nature, of seeing its tranquil strength and persevering through magnificence, can assist you with recovering viewpoint on your concerns, causing them to appear to be less overpowering. Taking part in outside exercises isn't simply an extraordinary method for getting your blood siphoning and muscles moving, it's likewise an amazing asset for accomplishing mental quiet. While you're feeling worried or overpowered, a lively walk or a couple of moments of yoga outside can do wonders for your temperament. You don't need to be a competitor to receive the rewards of active work. Indeed, even unobtrusive measures of development can significantly affect your psychological prosperity. There's really no need to focus on the amount you do, yet rather that you're following through with something. So enjoy some time off, trim up your shoes, and take a walk around the recreation area or a bicycle ride around the area. As you move, center around your breathing and the musicality of your means. This isn't simply an actual activity yet in addition a care practice. It's tied in with being available at the time, seeing the sensations in your body and relinquishing any upsetting contemplations. Active work isn't a fix-all, however it's a strong partner as you continued looking for quiet. Pause for a minute to drench yourself in the excellence of the outside genuinely. Feel the breeze as it prods your hair, the sun as it warms your skin, and the ground underneath you, strong and constant. It's a fantastic world out there, brimming with ponders that can mitigate your spirit and quiet your psyche. Take part in open-air exercises. It very well may be essentially as basic as going for a stroll in the recreation area, cultivating in your terrace, or as bold as climbing in the mountains. Each movement associates you with nature, advancing harmony and serenity. Try not to rush. Take as much time as necessary. Notice the blossoms sprouting, pay attention to the birds twittering. Each tangible experience is a sign of life's basic delights. Keep in mind, the objective isn't to get away from your concerns, however to ground yourself in the present. It's tied in with recognizing that notwithstanding life's high speed, your general surroundings moves at its own beat. It's tied in with tracking down quiet in the midst of tumult. Understanding and valuing the outside isn't just about appreciating its excellence. About acknowledging you're a piece of this grand world. In this way, step outside, take a full breath, and let nature's peacefulness encompass you. In that lies your quiet and your power. Section 20 Fostering a positive self-talk propensity. You're presently prepared to investigate the force of positive self-talk. By figuring out how to rethink negative considerations and routinely rehearsing positive certifications, you can support a more caring relationship with yourself. It's a significant, yet basic, shift that can radically upgrade your internal quiet and strength. Notwithstanding difficulty, rethinking negative contemplations into positive self-talk isn't simply really smart. It's an amazing asset for encouraging flexibility and internal strength. It's about deliberately deciding to decipher difficulties in a manner that empowers development as opposed to overcome. Begin by recognizing your negative contemplations. Try not to drive them away. It's just when you remember them for what they're that you can start to transform them. Then, challenge those contemplations. Is it true that they depend on reality or dread? Frequently we let our tensions direct our outlook, however you have the ability to change that story. Presently, supplant those negative contemplations with positive ones. On the off chance that you're thinking, I can't do this, reevaluate it as, I can figure out how to do this. It's not necessary to focus on denying challenges, it's tied in with embracing the chance of conquering them. Undoubtedly, integrating positive attestations into your everyday schedule can change your life from the back to front. It resembles having an internal team promoter continually pulling for you, murmuring uplifting statements and conviction. You're continually conversing with yourself, regardless of whether you understand it, and what you say significantly affects your close-to-home prosperity. Fostering a positive self-talk propensity is easy, however it requires cognizant exertion. Begin by distinguishing the negative jabber to you and deliberately supplanting it with positive certifications. You could say, I'm able and versatile, or I handle difficulties with effortlessness and balance. Ensure these confirmations impact you, are in the current state, and expressed in the positive. Rehash these assertions every day, preferably first thing and last thing around evening time. This consistency assists with wiring your cerebrum for energy, making it simpler to remain composed notwithstanding misfortune. Keep in mind, there's really no need to focus on overlooking life's difficulties, yet rather about engaging yourself to move toward them with tranquility and resolve. Positive certifications can be a useful asset in your excursion towards inward harmony and strength. Can we just be real? We're much of the time our own cruelest pundits. We criticize at our imperfections, amplify our errors, and scold ourselves for every last oversight. In any case, suppose you could trade that brutal pundit for an empathetic companion. That is where supporting self-sympathy rehearses comes in. Self-empathy isn't tied in with rationalizing or denying reality. It's tied in with recognizing your slip-ups and flaws without judgment and treating yourself with graciousness and sympathy. It's the demonstration of being delicate with yourself when you stagger, as opposed to pounding yourself. Begin by perceiving your inward exchange. Focus on how you converse with yourself. Is it kind or is it basic? On the off chance that it inclines towards the last option, now is the right time to move. Supplant negative self-talk with positive confirmations. Once more, rather than saying, I screwed up, have a go at saying, I'm learning and developing. This change in context can improve things significantly. Part 21 Carrying out pressure lessening procedures. Crossing the tempestuous expanses of life, it's urgent to arm yourself with stress-decreasing methods. There's no need to focus on staying away from pressure totally, that is unreasonable. All things considered, you're figuring out how to explore pressure, to ride the waves instead of being cleared away by them. You're in good company in this excursion, and it's alright to concede you really want some direction. Most importantly, how about we center around your relaxing? At the point when stress hits, you may unknowingly pause your breathing or inhale shallowly, which can increase sensations of nervousness. Practice profound, slow relaxing. Breathe in, hold, breathe out and rehash. You'll be astonished how quieting this basic demonstration can be. Then, think about active work. Practice isn't only for actual well-being, it's likewise an incredible pressure buster. You don't have to run a long-distance race, a lively walk. Yoga or moving in your parlor can all get the job done. Make it an ordinary piece of your daily schedule, and you'll begin to see the distinction. Try not to underrate the force of a decent night's rest. It's not difficult to hold back on rest when you're worried, yet that is the point at which you really want it most. Hold back nothing 9 hours per night. Make a quiet, calm climate and adhere to a normal rest plan. Finally, recall the significance of a sound eating regimen. A sound eating routine, normal feasts and adjusted sustenance can keep your energy level consistent and assist you with overseeing pressure. Integrate these strategies into your regular routine. It's an excursion, not a race, so show restraint toward yourself. Like a peaceful ocean, you've turned into an image of quiet, becoming the best at tranquility in all circumstances. You've saddled the force of breath, embraced a development outlook, focused on taking care of oneself and tracked down euphoria in proactive tasks. Your process was difficult, yet your endeavors have paid off, changing pressure into strength. Continue rehearsing, continue to develop and recollect quiet is something beyond a perspective, a strong power impels you forward. Gratitude for paying attention to or perusing this from Book Recordings Office.